The YCS Cup Series is back, and it's race number 10 in Season 1 at Pocono Raceway. Our 37 drivers will take on the tricky triangle today. Who has what it takes to conquer here and get the win and lock in a playoff spot? YCS Cup Series racing coming up. Of course, we're going to look at that starting lineup before we get going. Ryan Newman has won the pole. Dale Earnhardt Jr. to his outside. And Brad Keselowski, his name is in green because today he will be carrying the first ever on-board camera for the YCS Cup Series. So thank you to his team. Row 6, Casey Kane, Kurt Busch. Row 7, Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson. Row 8, Greg Biffle, Tony Stewart. Row 9, Jimmy Johnson, Carl Edwards. And row 10, Justin Allgaier and Jamie McMurray. Behind them, Eric Almirola, Clint Boyer, AJ Allmendinger, Paul Menard, row 12, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Trevor Bayne, row 13. Behind them, David Reagan, Chase Elliott, Sam Hornish Jr., and David Gilliland in row 15. Row 16, Michael McDowell, Matt DiBenedetto. Row 17, Casey Mears, Cole Witt. Row 18, Ty Dillon, Danica Patrick, and Bobby Labonte, row 19. Ryan Newman takes the green flag here at Pocono as they fan out down the wide front straightaway. 3 wide heading into turn 1 as Ryan Newman is clear for the lead. Kyle Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr. side-by-side battle for second place through turn 2. Kyle Busch with the advantage. He's got the run, and he's clear into turn 3 over Dale Earnhardt Jr. as Ryan Newman leads lap 1 from the pole. Next battle on the track, that's for 4th place, Brad Keselowski over Martin Truex Jr. Keselowski making it work on the outside in turn 1. What a move, and he's going for more. He's got the 88. Brad Keselowski with a pass for 3rd on Dale Earnhardt Jr. Ryan Newman continues to lead with Kyle Busch following closely behind. Here's Casey Kane, battle for 5th over Martin Truex Jr. Kane will take that spot heading into turn 1. Now Kevin Harvick's got a run on Martin Truex. Down the back stretch, Gordon getting him as well. Truex falling back quickly as Harvick now goes after Casey Kane on the outside lane. Kevin Harvick making it work, and here's the battle for the lead. Kyle Busch to the inside of Ryan Newman down the front stretch. Side by side through turn 1 as Kyle Busch has the advantage on the exit. New leader number 18, it's Kyle Busch as Newman slipping back to 3rd. Brad Keselowski in the 2 car to his inside. Keselowski fights Newman for 2nd as Kyle Busch will lead his first lap of the day. Oh, and a big incident. Danica Patrick sliding on the side as the car comes to rest on all 4. Cautions out, lap number 5, first caution of the day. And how in the world did that happen? We'll take a look at the replay. Looks like Danica Patrick came down on Bobby Labonte and slides up into the outside wall, slides through turn 1 on the right side of the car, and then comes to rest on the back stretch, back on all 4 wheels here. But not clear. Danica Patrick 36th, Bobby Labonte 37th. Their races will end early here at the halfway point at Pocono. So the track is all cleaned up. The 10 and the 32 have been taken to the garage area. That means we're ready for a restart here. Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski. 1st and 2nd, they've had quite the history. Let's see what happens here. Through turn 1, Busch runs Keselowski up the track. And a chain reaction, a big wreck behind Brad Keselowski. Cautions out on the restart, and it was Kyle Busch who sent Keselowski into the outside wall, runs him up the track. Harvick behind, nowhere to go, down into Casey Kane. Dale Jr. gets caught up in it. Jeff Gordon's in the inside wall. Denny Hamlin spinning, and Logano in it as well. So a big wreck that all starts with Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski. Their feud continues here at Pocono, and this time they're battling for the lead as we slow it down and take a closer look at it. But Busch just runs Keselowski out of room into the outside wall, nowhere to go and nowhere for the 4 and all these guys back here. So many good cars taken out in this wreck. Kevin Harvick, Casey Kane, they were making moves. All these guys were inside the top 10. And now they're all going to leave Pocono with a DNF. And remember, we have that onboard with Brad Keselowski. Let's take a look at Keselowski's vantage point, shoved into the wall. And there's the wreck behind him. No room. Busch intentionally puts him in the wall, which could leave him with a bit of damage here. We'll see if they take a trip to pit road. But here it is one more time. This is just all they do to each other all season long. And look what it does. Collects innocent bystanders. None of these guys had anything to do with that mess. And here they are in the garage. But it's time for a restart. Keselowski, the team left him out on the racetrack, and he did not get a good restart. That damaged car seems to be falling back. He's in the middle, 3 wide, as Kyle Busch tries to fend off Ryan Newman. Newman trying to get back to this lead, heading into turn number 2. The 18 car with the run, and he will take that lead back from Ryan Newman. Coming to 3 laps to go. Kyle Busch outside the playoffs right now. A win will lock him in. This is what the 18 team needs, as Brad Keselowski seems to have gathered it up from that bad restart. He's going for 3rd on Kurt Busch. Is Keselowski not done yet? Here he comes through turn 2, trying to win that battle for 3rd on Kurt Busch, and it looks like he does. Through turn 3, Busch leading, 2 to go. Can Keselowski get back to him? Oh, what a story that would be. What would Brad do to Kyle Busch if he can catch him? He's got to get through Ryan Newman first. Here he goes with a big run down the backstretch. And into turn 2, Brad Keselowski on the inside of the 31 of Newman. Into turn 3, he's clear. Only 1 car left and only 1 lap to go. Kyle Busch leading at the white flag, and Keselowski's closing in. He's practically there through turn 1. What does Kyle Busch do? How does he defend this lead? He's trying to break the draft. Down the back straightaway, but Keselowski's closing in through turn 2. 1 more corner to go. What does Brad do? Entering turn 3, he turns him. He turns the 18. Kyle Busch into the wall, and Brad Keselowski will win this race. Brad Keselowski wins at Pocono, and here's how he did it. He got his revenge on Kyle Busch, takes him out, puts him into the turn 3 wall, and takes the win for himself. Oh man, and here's that onboard with Brad Keselowski, sends it in there, takes out Kyle Busch. What a battle, what a fight back by Brad Keselowski to get to this position, to get to Kyle Busch, and take him out with 1 corner to go. Brad Keselowski has got to burn it down here at Pocono. Congratulations, Brad Keselowski. He fights back to take the win. Ryan Newman, solid day. Top 5 all day long for Newman. He's 2nd. Kurt Busch gets 3rd. Matt Kenseth 4th. Martin Truex Jr. 5th. Actually, Kurt Busch and Martin Truex Jr. both have a top 5 streak going here. So good runs for them. Here we see 13th through 24th. Jimmy Johnson 13th. Not really a factor today. He's usually up there, but today he was quietly back towards the 15th place spot. See Michael McDowell top 20. Trevor Bayne gets 19th. And here's all your DNFs in red. Kevin Harvick, he's had a few DNFs this season. Casey Kane, he's going to be on that bubble for the playoffs. So is Denny Hamlin. He's DNF in 34th. And here are those point standings. 9 cars locked in as Keselowski secures a playoff spot today. And there's Casey Kane +4. Denny Hamlin, he's falling way back. He's not even on the board here. Greg Biffle, he had a top 10 today. He's -15. Jamie McMurray -17. A lot of these guys with comfortable 30, 40 points. But will that be enough? Only 5 races remain before the playoffs begin, including Sonoma up next and Daytona after that. But that's it from Pocono. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.